good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to the HoloBros podcast, the only podcast where it's ultimately transparent. We're back in again today with my good host, my good friend, my brother.
It's your boy Coop, man, aka the Great DC. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, stopping by, chatting with the homies. And like my guy said, man, we just here, man. We here to motivate, inspire, possibly, give you guys something that you could take with you to expand to new levels and new heights. And we while doing that, being as transparent as we possibly can. So once again, man, appreciate y'all for taking the time out of y'all day. And if you're seeing this late, you're expecting a 10 o'clock drop on Saturday. We really apologize. Some things came up. I'm in the process of planning my wedding. Weezy, he got
Sorry to
stuff going
say.
on too. Yeah, so it may be, sometimes, but we're gonna keep trying to stay on the 10 a.m. Saturday drop
Mm-hmm.
as much as we can. And who knows, soon in the future, when things get settled down, we could possibly be dropping twice a week. So who knows? But
On folks and them. On folks and them.
yeah. So man, without further ado, man, not to hold y'all boys up, let's get right into the show. What you got for us today, bro?
Today, as the first topic of the pod, you know, we want to talk about I guess a various amount of different things today. Uh, we wanted to like be about trust and gratification, but we was kind of I'll be transparent. We was kind of coming up with things to talk about for real. So it's gonna be a broader spectrum. It's not just gonna be about like a couple of specific things. It's gonna be around the world. So first topic of the day, we're talking about is instant gratification hindering our success as people. Coop, what you think, man?
I think absolutely it is, because the problem is, a lot of times when we don't get what we want right away, then our goal stops. So like, to use this YouTube channel for an example, if if me and Weezy be like, yo, we want to hit 100 subs by the end of this week, and we don't do that, then we like, yo, this shit ain't working, bro. It's not about to happen, bro. It's just, because we didn't get our gratification instantly, or we didn't average 20 views a week since like we dropped. Then it's like, oh man, we not this ain't going nowhere. People not watching. People ain't rocking with what we doing. So we just gonna stop. But that's not how it works. So I feel like a lot of times people, when they don't receive that instant gratification, then they get discouraged and they want to stop. But like we kind of talked about before, why would you give up when you don't even know how close you are. That's the thing, like, people don't understand. You gotta understand, like, you gotta really understand that you don't understand how close you are. Like, you probably could be that dude at the bottom of the picture that I was talking about last time,
Hmm.
that's right by the diamonds and is walking away, and you don't even know it. So, as I said last week, and as I said in the other weeks too, that these episodes kind of tie into each other. Don't be that dude that is right next to the diamonds and is walking away, because now
Facts.
you got to live with that regret. But you might not even live with the regret because you don't even know. But now you have to live with the what if, as we spoke about in another episode. The what if. The what if is the biggest killer. I'm telling you, a lot of people think like, oh, not trying or this or that, or things are the biggest killers in your life. But my opinion, the biggest killer in life is to be able to say what if. Damn, what if? Instead of, okay, I did it and it didn't work, or I know for sure that I did this to the best of my ability and in its completion and it didn't work. All right, cool, I'm gonna pivot. As opposed to, yo, damn, what if I would have just stayed a little bit longer? What would have happened?
Hmm.
Because then you gotta live with that. And now when you're in that position, you always think of the best case scenario that could have happened. But when you were in the situation, you didn't think like that. That's why I find it so funny, because when you're in the situation, you think of worst case scenario. But once you're out of the situation, you think, damn, yo, what if, yo?
Yeah.
What if that would have went right? Then that would have went right. Then that would have went right. But why would you think of like that when you was in the situation? Then you would have never quit. But instead, you thinking about what could go wrong as opposed to what could go right. So, with all that being said, on top of the fact that you're not instantly gratified, like, another thing I said on a previous episode was the example of a person going to the gym and expecting to lose 20 pounds the first day when you haven't even worked out since the establishment of a cell phone. Like cell phones wasn't even out the last time you went to the gym, and now you think because you went to the gym yesterday you're supposed to lose 50 pounds, and because you didn't lose 50 pounds, then the gym don't work, and you just not suited for the gym. All right, okay, but like you see, like it sounds crazy, but think about that in terms of your life and how your goals are,
Yo.
and it's the same exact way. But when I put it in that perspective, that's when it sounds funny or it sounds crazy. But in let's flip it to an example. You haven't even started. Let's say you want to do clothes. You haven't even come up with a design or anything, or even thought about making a website or anything like that. And you just think everything is about to just happen. No, it don't work like that. So the point is, because I know I'm probably going on too long. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is stop being not only discouraged about instant gratification, but stop expecting it. Stop looking for instant gratification because most of the time it's not going to happen. And if it does happen and you weren't expecting it, that's a plus. What? That's
Facts.
like that's like when your girl gives you something like for Valentine's Day. Like what? Really? That was a joke, ladies. Chill. That was a joke. That was a joke. Ladies, y'all do give gifts on Valentine's Day,
I
other
do.
than what we consider a gift. But look, listen.
Hey, yo. Yo, niggas is getting to it already, but it hasn't even been 10 minutes, man. It hasn't even been 10 minutes, Coop. Bruh,
Yo,
not even 10 minutes, man.
oh
Yo,
shit,
we 6 minutes into the show, bruh.
yo,
Hey,
we coming out.
man.
We coming out firing. We coming
Hey, he
out.
said we.
We coming out firing today.
Nigga said
Yeah,
we
we
coming
not
out
playing.
swinging,
Yeah,
bro.
we.
Hey, yo. Nigga,
Ladies, that's a joke. We love y'all. We love y'all.
nigga
But
said he throwing them punches. Nah, bruh. But nah, Coop, you talking some real shit though, bruh. Cause I feel like a lot of people, when they have a dream for something, they don't really take into account that in order to achieve that dream, we talked about this a few episodes back. It's all about the building process. You can't achieve success without going through the building process and actually enjoying the building process to get to that success. Because yeah, people have overnight success, but then when you don't know what to do with it, when you don't know how to take that forward, you just have overnight success and you're not capitalizing. Cause that's the biggest picture. Cause yeah, you could get instant gratification like that could be a real thing. But like Coop said, if you don't know how to pivot, if you don't know how to, all right, I have the overnight success, I have the success that I wanted, that I've been dreaming for. If I don't know how to move upon that, build upon that, and keep building that so that it's not just instant gratification. It's something that I built. It's something that I can have longevity wise, and it's not just something for short term. Excuse me. Time of recording this is early as hell, so I hey
yeah, no, we all recorded early today. But
hey
yo, real quick to add to before you go, to add to what you were saying, I uh damn, what was I about to say? Oh yeah. It'll be like for this episode, like this podcast, it'll be like for our first episode of our first episode went viral if we were trending. We don't have no catalog to back us up.
yeah.
That was like me and Weezy always talk about. Like we wanna have something to where when this shit does pop off, we have catalog, we have a backlog to where people
Mhm.
can like, okay, let's look at these other episodes.
Yep.
Cause it's kind of like y'all can probably relate to this when you first discover an artist, right? Like, damn, this artist fire. Damn, oh damn, what? Oh he or she got like 10 other albums and mixtapes and shit I could listen to
Mhm.
that I never
Mhm.
heard before. Yo, it's like Christmas, bro.
Yep.
As opposed
100%.
to, damn, yo, okay, damn, wait, they only got 2 other songs out. I guess it's cool. Yes, like,
Yeah.
so the point, like what he was saying is, the flash in the pans. We see that a lot. Like we see the one hit wonders a lot,
Mhm.
but don't like I don't know how to say like don't be that one hit wonder. Don't be that person that hits the lottery and in the next 5 or 6 years they're broke because they didn't know what to do with it. So
Facts.
understand that but even before you even like think about instant gratification and things like that, understand like when you have a plan, when you have like an idea in your mind about anything, always have in mind that you wanna you wanna have like you wanna have an internal plan for yourself. Like you wanna have something that's like, all right, I hit the lottery. Okay, but then this is I know exactly what I'm about to do with the money. Okay, I'm gonna invest it here. I'm gonna do this here. Okay, I'm gonna pay this off. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that.
Yep.
As opposed to, oh shit, I got this money. I don't even know what to do with it. I'm gonna just keep spending and spending and spending, and then now I'm broke in the next 5 or 6 years. Oh damn, this video went viral. Like how many times have we seen people go viral and never see them again? Yo, this video went viral, but I don't know what else to do after this.
Too many
So now
things
it's
to count.
not only is the pressure, but it's things to follow. Like, damn, I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to keep this momentum going. As opposed to if you have a plan internally, do you know? Okay, boom. If this does happen, then this is what I can do from here. So, like for me, it's easier because I play baseball, and if those of you that play baseball and you're in the field, you have to understand this. One thing you're taught in baseball is you have to always come up with situations in your head. This can really apply to any sport, but baseball mostly because you're just standing there and you never know where the ball is gonna go. So it's always know the situation. Okay, it's a runner on first, a runner on third. Okay, if the ball I play outfield, if the ball gets hit to me in the air, I this is what I have to do. With it. I have to do it. Boom, 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 boom. Right. But it's the same thing in life. So
Facts.
always like I put myself in that mind because I play sports and I play baseball. But even if you haven't, like always just have that mindset of if this happens, I'm gonna do this.
Yep.
Like kind of be like defensive but also offensive at the same time. But that's what I mean by having a plan for yourself. I just went on kind of a rant, but what you
Nah.
said kind of like I wanted to like mention that too.
You good, bro? Cause it's like it's some true shit. You wanna be able to dictate whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. Whether if you do go viral tomorrow, whether if you do blow up tomorrow, you want to be able to have that safety net. I call it a safety net. You want to be able to have something where it's like, all right, I have such and such videos where people can go back on, or such and such art, whatever the case is, just so that I can still sustain that viral, um, trending video, whatever, just so that I can still sustain my audience or sustain whatever you got going on, sustain the cash flow, whatever, just so that you don't lose it. Cause that's the key to it. The you could get money, the fame, everything so easy, but it's all about keeping it.
Yup.
And not a lot of people know how to keep it. That's why Coop said we have had our one hit wonders. You have had your little pumps. You have had your fucking all sorts of crazy shit,
Nigga crazy.
and they didn't know how to keep it. They didn't know how to keep the fame because it was a one hit wonder. And once you figure out how to create that safety net for yourself and to like keep everything in like a tight abundance, it's easy. Like it's obvious easy it's easier said than done, but everything flows easier. Everything becomes a lot clearer so that you can move and pivot in certain ways where it's like, all right, I can still stack this up while still having everything else in my back pocket. And it's just you aren't really worrying because a lot of people. I'm gonna say this last point and move on because it's like you could, bro. I'm telling you, you could go viral, and then it'll be like, yo, I see your video the other day, or I see your music the other day, or whatever the case is, and you have it drop. You have it drop for like 2 weeks. Some people will dead do that. They will see that, be like, yo, I went viral, but where's the other where's the other portion? Where's the next video? Where's the other videos? Where's, you know what I'm saying? Where's the backlog at? Cause if you have this but you don't have this, it's just the, you know what I'm saying? It's teeter tottering. So
Yeah.
that's
But
pretty much.
real quick before we change topics, so I
Mm,
wanted to say you mentioned a great point, and I want to add to that, which is the viral moment attracts no the viral moment gets the attention, but the backlog gets the fan. Like it
yep,
creates the audience. So the
yep,
viral creates attention, the backlog creates audience.
yep.
And I wouldn't call it a safety net. I would just call it more of like kind of like just like something that like a foundation. That's what I
Yeah,
would call it. Not a
yeah,
safety net, but more so a
definitely.
foundation. Like Because like I was just saying, like if you can have the viral moment, which is the attention, but if you have nothing to keep them, then it's nothing. Like it's like a restaurant with fire ass appetizers and their entrees are dog shit. Like,
It's
yeah.
it's
Let
facts.
me get the mozzarella sticks. Okay, well, what will your entrees be? No, that's it. Just give me the mozzarella sticks. I'm gonna get out of here. Actually, no. Let me get them to go to. I don't need one specific. I just need, you know what I'm saying? Because that's basically what it's like.
Yeah.
It's like the viral moment is just the entree. I mean the appetizer, but
Mhm.
you want them to stay for the entree and dessert.
Yep.
So that is your backlog. So always keep that in mind when you guys are, a lot of people are like into like making videos and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind if you're one of those people, or even just in business in general.
Yeah.
If you have some like a crazy like viral moment, or just even if it's a small viral moment, make sure you have something in place to not only sustain that but build on top of that. So yeah,
Mhm.
that's all I wanted to add.
Yeah. That's pretty much that for that topic. So moving on, how do you know when to trust somebody? Like how can you tell that alright, I could finally like let my guard down, be vulnerable, and just let this person in? Let me know what you think, man.
For me, I want to say the way that you could really gauge on how to trust somebody would just really be like not only time. I think time is the most important thing because you gotta make sure that you give somebody enough time to show you who you truly are, because you know how it goes when you
Mhm.
first meet somebody. Everybody put on the front.
Yeah.
Everybody's the most genuine, kind-hearted person in the world, but give it some time. Don't just go off that. Give it some time. Wait, because at the end of the day, bro, it's hard to fake who you are for like a long time. Like if I only see you for like 3 hours in our entire existence, 3 hours of that has been me chilling with you. Yeah, you're gonna think I'm the dopest, funniest dude ever. But just give it some more time, and then you'll really see. Like it's hard to keep faking like that. Like yeah, there's some elite fakers out here. I ain't gonna lie, some elite fakers. Like a lot
Yeah.
of these, so this some of these people out here really be like elite. Like you could be around these niggas for years, and then you'll be
100%.
like, damn, like oh, but that dude really who he say he is. Next thing you know, he wasn't or she
Yeah.
wasn't. So
Mhm.
my point is, I think for me, it's time is number one, and then just for number two, I would say just like that loyalty. Like
Yeah.
you can't fake loyalty. And what I mean by loyalty is not even just like monetary stuff, or like, oh, I went to the store, I ain't had nothing to eat. He bought me something to eat, or she bought me something to eat. Nah, it's more so like, like this person is like if I'm how I kind of gauge it too is more so like if I was ever in trouble, would this
Yeah.
person help,
Mhm.
type shit. Like if I needed some money real quick, or if I needed just somebody to talk to real quick, like would this person be trustworthy enough to call on? Like that's kind of like my gauge to it.
100%.
Like yeah.
Nah,
So like what you got for me?
I feel that. I want to say like you said, it's the for me how I can really tell. Like you said, I'm really big on loyalty. So like once you show me that I can like confide in you without feeling judged, or like let's say if I got something going on and like I need advice for whatever reason. Like Coop said, if I know that oh you're the first person I think about or whatever the case is, and I can just call on you right quick, and then you'll be able to like just guide me in the like in a proper path, or like help me think about a problem and possibly come up with a solution together. But it's just like if I feel like I can basically say anything, or not say anything, but like just talk to you about anything and not feel like oh like I just said some fucked up shit, or like I said the wrong thing towards you, that's how I feel like I know I could trust you. Or like Coop said, if I feel like oh like let's say I'm sick or something, and like let's say if I'm over somebody's house or whatever, and I know this, you know what I'm saying, the C word or whatever, I don't know if that word is still demonetized, so I'm not gonna say it. But and I'm going through some shit, like if I know that I could trust you with my life, I could pretty much trust you with everything. So those would be some ways that I can I could see um how to trust somebody, or like those would be my ways that I'll be able to trust somebody.
Yeah. Also to add to that too, watch people reactions to certain things. That's how you could really honest like kind of see who they are, but also if you could trust them or not. So like how Weezy was saying, if you're telling somebody something real personal, or you're just saying something in general, watch their reaction. Do they
Mhm.
judge you? Do they like I don't know. I'm not like. Are you big into tests? I don't really. I'm not too big into tests as far as like
Mm-mm.
set people up.
I
Like
don't.
I'm like I give you
Nah.
like I'll say some shit like some people because I know some people do this like they'll be like yo I'm getting jumped right now yo where you at just to see if they'll be like yo I'm about to come through or like just stupid shit like
Is
that. I
that's
think that's childish. I think that's childish, but I know some people do that. But like I like so I the reason I brought that up, I don't want to. What I'm saying as far as watch their reactions, I don't mean as far as like test them, like say shit like yo, can you let me borrow $10 and you really don't need $10, but you just want to see if they'll do it. Not that corny shit. I'm just
yeah.
talking about just see their reactions in general. Like when you're genuinely asking stuff or genuinely just interacting, see their reactions, watch their movements, watch how they like kind
Yeah.
of just watch how they move kind of and also like Weezy was saying too, you really just gotta like just see like can you say something to them and be comfortable saying it to them? Like
Mhm.
can you tell them something personal and be comfortable saying it to them? Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's really a big thing, cuz I feel like if you can't say something to somebody, or if you feel like you're walking on eggshells, you can't trust them. That's always that's really always been my thing. If I feel like I gotta walk on eggshells when I'm around somebody, like it's like I can't trust you with everything I gotta say, cause it's like feel like you gonna be judgmental. So it's like it's just all about reading the room is what I want to say. When you read the room, that's and there like Coop said, read body language. Basically, read everything about that person when you're talking to them, and make sure you're being attentive, because that'll let you know what's really going on short term and long term. Because people can show you, oh yeah, they you can trust them short term, but long term they got something else up their sleeve and you can't trust them. So it's just like it's just finding it's just acknowledging and finding how people react to how you speak to them, and how well you can just like converse with them without feeling pressured, or like feeling judged, or feeling out of place or out of character. um that's really a real big thing for me, because I'm big on reading vibes, because vibes are like everything. Like once you show me like, all right, your vibe is cool, you know what I'm saying? I could be myself around you. I don't have to worry about you just having like judge me off like some weird shit. Then it's just like, all right, I could trust you. But after, I don't know, do me wrong, then it's up for that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to add on that one. How about you, bro?
Oh yeah, no, that's pretty much covered what we want to cover. So let's get to why is it important to up your security in regards to trust and friendship?
Um, so why that's important? Because man, like we said before, a lot of people will have you convinced that they have your best interest for you. Sure enough, they won't. They won't. People, bruh, it's so many cases, so many fucking cases where I've been in personally, where I feel like I could trust a person, bruh, boy, 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 bruh, man. People are snakes, bruh. People are fucking snakes. They're snakes. Don't. Now, I will say this. We did just talk about trust and how you can trust people, but don't get it fucked up. People will do you wrong. People will fuck you over for their benefit, because that's just the way life is, and it sucks. It literally fucking sucks, but it's the truth though. It's the utmost truth, because people will do anything that they need to do to get ahead in their life, and it's sad. I think it's sad, because if you have to burn bridges, if you have to do some grimy slash slimy shit just so that you could get something out of the other person, and not rather just being straight up, that's what makes me put my guard up. Because then it's like, all right, since that last person did that, now, you know what I'm saying, for this next relationship, my guard is up. Cause you know what I'm saying, it's not like I want my guard to be up, but it's just the matter of the fact of, I got did so wrong the last time that, you know what I'm saying, it's nothing else for me to do. I have to put my guard up, because I don't want to end up hurt. I don't want to end up, you know what I'm saying, back in that last situation that I was in. So the importance of having your guard up is utmost, because you never know who has a hidden agenda, who has an ulterior motive, or who's just downright shiesty enough to really just do you like that. Because people really will, and it doesn't matter if it's over some money, some pussy, some sex, or whatever. It doesn't matter, because people will do anything that they want to do to you if they can do it to you. So the counteract to that is just kind of just have your guard up, and then, like Coop said, give it time. If the person is consistently showing you that they want you to open up, that they actually care about you, if they actually hearing what you're saying, like ask you questions of what you're telling them, that's a real big thing that I forgot to add on the last point. If people are asking questions about your day, or like what you're telling them, they're intrigued. That means they want to know. So it's just like having your guard up. I feel like is kind of necessary at this point. Now, some people will say, "Oh, you don't need to have your guard up. Oh, that last relationship isn't this relationship." That may be true, and I'm not knocking anything from that, but it's just, when you've been through so much hurt, when you've been through so much bullshit, it's just it just comes to a point at a time where, when is enough enough? When do I move on from this? When do I, you know what I'm saying, build my guard back up? When do I get past this? Because, you know what I'm saying, if I keep showing my vulnerability side, and people just knocking that down, shit, I'm not going to want to open up to nobody. That's just fucking the entire thing up. So that's pretty much what I have on that. What you think, bro?
Shit, bro. You said a lot of things I wanted to say, but I will say this too. I will keep always optimistic mind. And I will
100%.
always say for sure that not everybody's the same, and there's a lot of great people out here for
Mhm.
sure. And also, like, my advice, not only to you but like to other people, or me and you be talking, but
Yeah.
like, I wouldn't be jaded though. Like how we said in the last episode, like
Mm.
not laugh. I think like 2 episodes ago, forgive but don't forget.
Yeah.
Like, kind of like, you don't have to like necessarily be delusional or naive, but don't think everybody's the same, because there are a lot of people, when they go into that, they fall into that trap of everybody's the same, whether it be man or female. They'll say the same thing like, "Oh, all men are the same, or all women are the same," or et cetera, et cetera. But then that typically leads to you attracting people that are the same, because in your mind, if you're thinking all men are the same, you're gonna keep attracting those same men, because you have
100%.
that negative mindset about it. Because as you know here, or as you should know by now, if you have been watching since the beginning of these episodes in this channel, we're about mindset, like subconscious and all that, and like
Mhm.
attracting things and like
Yep.
manifesting things. So when you keep that negative energy and you don't have a positive outlook, then you kind of attract the negative. You kind of attract the same negative energy and the same non-positive outcomes, and you just think, "Oh, this is just the way it is." When it's really, that's because it's the way it is, because that's what you manifested. That's what you subconsciously have created in your world. So that's, I wanted to say that to, like, I guess, like, kind of be like the flip side of that. And also, I don't want people to like come away from this conversation feeling jaded or feeling more jaded than
Yeah.
they already were about certain things like relationships with people. There are people, don't get it wrong, there are people out here that are trying to just get the ups on you, like trying to like double cross you any chance they get. for like Ouija said, for like all those things that people value and think that that's what they need to do. So for money, like sex or anything like that. So, but what I will say is too, when I was talking to Weezy, this is more so for like kids in like middle school or maybe like
Yeah.
high school, things like that. But this is for everybody. This could be for everybody, but it's more so like because when we were kids, like when we were, I know when me and Weezy were in middle school and high school, we trusted like what? We just met
Yo,
you. You just came to the school. Oh, that's my
man.
homie. That's my guy. Like I remember my mom
What?
used to always tell me, bro. Like I used to, like we'll like when I was younger, I used to be at a park stuff. Like I'll be at a park and like some kid will come up to me and say hi. I'm like, Ma, this is my best friend. She's like, what? I never got it. I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, my mom, like, why she hating on me? Like I used to be like, yo, why she hating on me? Like she just mad I'm popular. But then it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
when you get older, you realize what she was saying. Like that's you don't even know him or her. Like
Mhm.
you don't know them. They're not your like so. Uh, the reason why I bring up high school and middle school is because even in those situations, you may have a little more like understanding about like what people's agendas may be and this and that. So you kind of have your guard up and your security up, but at the same time, even those people, you still some a lot of y'all feel like those people are the people that are going to be your best friends forever, like for life. Those are going to be your homies for life. Oh,
Yep.
you see what I did there, Weezy? Homies for life. That's it. But
See?
anyway,
See?
uh, you feel like those are going to be like your day ones forever and all that. But in reality, it's not. Once you graduate, bro, you're not seeing them no more, bro. You may talk to them here and there. You may swipe up on their story with like a fire emoji, but that's it. So the reason why it's important, in my opinion, to up your security, the more like, especially when you're in those situations, is because you have to understand a lot of those people are temporary anyway. So don't put all your trust and don't confide everything in the world to them because a lot of them ain't going. You're not going to see them past graduation. You're not going to see
Facts.
them. And also a lot of them too. And those pivotal times where you're trying to still figure out who you are as a person. Like
Mhm.
a lot of y'all, if you notice, most people in high school are the same people, act the same, talk the same, use the same lingo. So a lot of times everybody's just everybody because that's the cool thing to do. But um, in those situations, I think the cool thing to do is to really figure out who you are and be yourself. And I know it's easier said than done because we've all been there. But for the kids right now, is listen, if you're in high school or middle school, like around that age, around that area, always remember this, bro. Like, or sis, have your security up because you understand that they're temporary. They may not be there past graduation. Some of the times, and y'all probably already experienced this. They probably don't be there the next semester.
Mhm.
They probably already done turned on you. So keep your guard up, and then there will be people, or there may be people that will follow you throughout high school and like
Mhm.
still be cool with you like all the way throughout. Like I met Weezy in like what fifth grade, some shit like that. For sixth grade,
Seventh.
some shit like that.
Seventh. OG.
Nah, but I'm saying like I met you like
Oh
in
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
like in like fifth grade, sixth grade, shit like that.
cause we used to be around Key and
You
them.
should be around, yeah, like just walking home and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah, point is, guys, keep upping your security. Stop just letting people easily get in and be your friend. Just like I was talking to Weezy off mic, like it's like a club. Like some clubs disallow, like you don't have to get pat down. You don't have to. You just walk in. Other clubs,
Facts.
you got to go through like three different security checks.
Background
So
check.
don't just don't just be the person that just allows everybody in. Have some screening. I'm not saying don't allow nobody in, but just have some screening. Like have some
Mhm.
like watch them. Like understand their movements, understand what's going on, and then see like if you could really trust them. Because at the end of the day, a lot of times too, your gut, your intuition will tell you
Yep.
a lot of times if somebody is right or they not, and you can just see how they act if they right or not. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on that.
I'm gonna just add this last little point. Just always know your self worth when trusting people too. I feel like a lot of people, once they trust somebody, they lose their self worth. Never lose your self worth. Always know what you're worth. Um, never give in to somebody else's like power. Cause some people they like to be on that power shit. They like to be on like power trip and all that shit. Um, just know that you're worth a lot more than you think. A lot more people care about you. Um, just I feel like a lot of people think like they feel like they don't trust the right people or they're around the wrong people. Which I feel like that leads into our next point. Yeah, no,
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 that's
no,
not
no.
like
Uh,
until like
That's not. Yeah, it's not until later. But yeah, just know your self worth when being vulnerable, because a lot of people don't. A lot of people will just be like, I'm a just give my all to this one person. So don't ever do that.
yeah, and real quick too, because I don't think we added this,
Mm,
but when you do eventually let somebody in, also when they're like in your space, in your vicinity, like you gave them your trust and everything like that. If they then show you who they truly are, once your guard is down, believe them. Like,
yeah,
so if they like if they're already in, because we're kind of just talking about like letting them in or how to like but if they're in your circle already, you have your trust. If they show you who they really are, stop just thinking it's just a one off.
yep.
Like, and this goes for friendships, relationships. If they show you who they really are, believe them. Most of the time, people ain't gonna change. We
Facts.
have that illusion, so we stay around and we, oh damn, yo, this nigga, he went in my crib and we was playing 2K. He ended up stealing my other game or something like that. But nah, that was just one time. He gonna be he trails. No, he's not. Get him
Nah.
out of here. He has to go. So same thing like relationship wise. Oh, such and such they cheated on me like 3 times, but that was the past. Like they gonna be good. No, get them out of here.
No.
They are the weakest link. Goodbye. Get them out of
Mm-hmm.
here. They've been
Couldn't.
voted off the island. But so yeah, so definitely like when they show you their true colors and they show you who they really are, believe them. Stop being in denial, because that's a lot of that is like within like yourself, like what Weezy was saying, like you don't even have enough self-worth to even understand like, no, I'm not going for that. Like,
Yeah.
understand that you have like boundaries that you need to set, no
Mm-hmm.
matter if you trust them or not. Always have boundaries that
Yep.
people cannot cross that you need to set. And yeah, I just felt like I had to add that because we didn't add that, and it also went into what you said about just knowing your self worth. Because a lot of times that's why people allow other like toxic energy to stay around, because they don't even know their self worth. They don't even know they deserve more
Yep.
than what they currently going through or dealing with. So
Yep. You spoke nothing but facts right there, cause that shit's important, bro. Once you see that somebody doesn't have their best interests out for you, it's like fuck it. Like you showed me. Like it is what it is what it is at that point. Like you can't. You just gotta take it for face value. Be like, all right, bet. Like just say bet. Keep it moving. Like all right. You know what I'm saying? It was just know that if you gave them nothing but love from your side, there's nothing else you could do for them at that point. There's really nothing else you could do for them at that point. It's like, all right, I gave you nothing but love, but you gave me nothing but bullshit back. Cool. Like that's cool. Forgive and forget, or forgive but don't forget. So it's just one of those things where you just recognize and and you pivot and move forward. So moving on, you have anything else to add before we move on? All right. So moving on, why is it important to not get a stick? Yeah. Why is it not? Fuck. Yo, what is wrong with me today? I cannot read. Um, why is it important to not get discouraged during setbacks and hard times? And I still struggle through that shit, bro. All right, bro. Early Saturday morning. It is what it
man,
is.
definitely
Ghetto.
is, man. Nah, it's all
Ghetto.
good.
Fucking ghetto.
Yo, chill, yo.
Bruh, I'm mad I really stuttered on that shit 3 times, bro.
Oh, that's all good, bro. It's all good. Hey, the HoloBros, bro. Y'all see it? It's not
Hey,
getting edited out. We're not
fuck it.
editing nothing. Not playing.
Fuck it.
Well,
One take,
one take Drake or shout Black Okage.
my guy.
Uh, so why is it important to not get discouraged during setbacks and hard times? I want to say mostly because uh, here's one thing that I know, right?
Hmm.
At least from my like reality, I guess you would say. I feel like a lot of times, or it's not a lot. Sometimes God likes to show Himself when the times seem like nothing's going right, and
Bleak.
it seems like everything is like it's impossible. Like when you're down and out, I feel like that's when a lot of times God like shows itself. Like
Hmm.
there's this part in the Bible where it talks about how Jesus rose on the third day, because at the time when like that was going on, everybody thought that the soul leaves the body on the soul leaves the body on the third day or something like that. I believe like it leaves the body on the third day. So he wanted to show like that he really is the Son of Man by rising on the third day when everybody thinks like, oh no, I'm sorry, I messed it up. I'm so sorry for my religious people. I'm so sorry, I messed it up. Let me correct myself. It wasn't that
See.
he rose on the third day. Well, he did rise on the third day, but he resurrected a person. She resurrected, I think it was Maria from Magdalene or something, Mary from Magdalene, something like that. But anyway, he resurrected somebody from the dead on the third day because on the
Mhm.
third day it was said to believe that they were finito. Like they were dead for 3 days. That means they were finito. It was no chance of them coming back alive. None of that.
Okay.
So sorry about my Bible people out there. I apologize. He resurrected somebody from the dead on the third day. Not he. Yeah. So my point is that was I just went around the block to come back to the drama. Sorry about that. But my point is a lot of times where you think times are hopeless and everything, all hope has been lost, God shows you that it's not, and He
Yep.
shows you the reason why He is all powerful and all knowing because He can do things that when even when you think it's hopeless. So always like that's the biggest reason why I would say not to lose like faith and not to be discouraged because as long as you got your faith in God and the universe, it's really nothing like nothing can stop you. Just keep your mindset, keep the faith, and just remember that when times seem hopeless, when you feel like dang, yo, like nothing can go right, this is over with, like whatever. That's usually the time. As long as you keep your faith and just keep staying like strong and keep going, it's usually the time like when a miracle happens.
Yep.
So like like what I was saying before, on the third day he resurrected him. He could have resurrected him on the first day or the second day, but because the belief at that time was on the third day there's no chance of you coming back alive, he wanted to show you no. Listen, y'all may think that, but this is what I can do. So a lot of
Mm.
times don't get discouraged because it seems hopeless because God may come into your life and say, no. This is what I can do. You think it's hopeless. That's funny. I'll laugh at that. But let me show you something.
Mhm.
So just keep your faith, guys. Don't get discouraged and don't just when it seems hopeless. That's the time to really gear down and really believe in your faith and your abilities even more because once again they thought it was all hopeless. They thought he was dead. 3 days had passed. They thought it was dead, and guess what? He came out of the tomb and he seen like he just let them know like nah, it's I'm him. This is really me. Like so that's my biggest reason why like even me like I try my best not to even get discouraged. I just think of that story and just understand that God likes to appear when everything seems very hopeless. So
Facts. So, I want to add a story to that. So, 2020, back when the seed first hit, I got furloughed because I used to work at Best Buy out here. So, when I ended up getting furloughed, it was like, damn, I don't really have another source of income because I had applied for unemployment, but like whenever I would try to like claim that shit, it wouldn't claim. Like I couldn't do that shit on the site up until like 3 months later. I figured out I had to actually like call them. Some bullshit. So I was struggling for a little minute, and I had bills coming up and shit. So this was weird. So it was so I'm a sneakerhead. So it was the sneaker that was coming out. It was the Chunky Dunky SBs because this was like around May, like March, like April, May, around that time. So I'm like in the back of my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm not going to get these, but I'm gonna say fuck it, I'm gonna just go for them. Ended up, bro, I ended up copping them shits out of nowhere. Like I had like a couple $100 in my name or whatever, and it was like, bro, I need these bills, I need this money for the bills or whatever. So I'm like, fuck, let me just go for these dunks. Come to find out, them shits went for $1,400 at that time when they first dropped. And bro, I thought shit was bleak. Like I ain't gonna lie, bro. I started to get a little bit discouraged, but I'm like, fuck it. Let me just keep my faith, cause some gonna have to come through. Turns out the man up above, he was like, you know what, bruh? You know what I'm saying? I got you. So he literally he blessed me with the chunky dunks, and I sold them probably the same day that I got them, maybe the day after, cause it was just like, bruh, I needed the money, and he was like, you know what, bruh, I got you. So like Coop said, bruh, just never stay discouraged, because it's always gonna be a light. It's always gonna be a light that's gonna come at the end of the tunnel. You just have to keep your head high, stay strong, and just know that nothing can just stop you on that train. Because once the train gets moving, once God notices, like, all right, it's pretty much about that time, or the universe notices it's about that time for a blessing, it's gonna happen. It's when it seems impossible, when it seems like you can't make it out, it's gonna happen. Like, things will fall into place. You just have to trust it, and just trust your faith in it, because nobody else sees your vision other than you. So it's just staying high. It's just making sure that you're staying grounded, and just believing. Um, so that's pretty much all I have to add to that. What you think, my brother?
Nah, bro, that's like, what you were saying was facts. I got a kind of a similar story, but it's like with the P5, like it's quick story. So, like when the P5 had just dropped, like everybody, like my friends was all copping it. Like Weezy copped, I got Justin, Keyshawn, like they all copped. I was like the one of the last ones like to not get it. It's like when it first dropped. So I remember I
Mm,
was up all night missing the drops, missing the drops. Like I would try to get it, it would already be like done. So I remember this like yesterday. So I'm sitting here at this computer in this exact spot, and I'm on like I think I'm in Discord with Justin at the time. I'm like, yo, I'm about to try this one time because it was a Target drop. It was like it was I think one of the last drops.
mm,
I'm like, bro, I'm trying this shit one more time, and if not, it was like 3 a.m. or some shit like that, some crazy shit like that. I'm like, bro, if I don't get it, bro, I'm gone. So like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. When I did it, like when I was on the Target thing, bro, all my faith, not my like, yeah, all my faith. I ain't gonna lie, all my faith was like lost. So I'm sitting here at the keyboard like this, like typing like this. Normally I'll be like trying to go quick. I was like
mm.
moving the
Gotta
mouse,
have that
going hella
autofill,
slow.
man.
So I was going like hella slow and shit. I'm like, yeah, whatever, cool, boom. Like normally I try to click hella fast and like,
Mm.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, nigga, whatever, cool. Click it. Wait, what? That shit say, I'm like, I got it. The fuck? So I'm like,
Yes,
yo, I didn't even
sir.
know what to think. I'm like, what? Yo, what?
Yes,
Bro, because
sir.
y'all gotta understand at that time, well, probably even still now, but like at that time, really, when it first dropped, as soon as it dropped, bots was eating it up. So
Mm-hmm.
it was like by the time you even try to add it to your cart, it was already sold out. So me, that's when I was going as fast as I possibly could to get it. Then the one time when I go extremely slow, because I didn't care, I just like fuck it, I know I'm not getting this shit in my head. That's why I'm like, fuck it. So I'm doing it and then I finally get it. I'm like, what? I'm like, what? So I like that just goes to what I was saying and what Weezy was saying. Like, even when it feels hopeless, keep hope. Don't
Facts.
ever lose hope because at the end of the day, God will show up at the
100%.
most unexpected times and at the times where it seems like once again it's hopeless. So
Mm-hmm.
don't
Oh,
get discouraged, y'all. Keep going. If you're in a rough spot right now, if you feel like this ain't going right or you're missing the perfect opportunities and things are just passing you by, probably something great on the other side. Don't
100%.
get discouraged.
100%. Once you, cause like we said last week, L's are just lessons at this point. Like, once you learn those lessons, it's a blessing right around the corner. It's literally a blessing right around the corner. That's the most that I've learned from reselling. Cause it's like, yeah, you're gonna have your days where you're gonna take your lessons, you're gonna take your L's. It's just like, all right, that's just the way that it is. But when you have those days that you do, you know what I'm saying, get those blessings, get those doves, you know what I'm saying, you don't ever want it to end. And those days will come. You just have to stay, like, keep moving, stay strong, keep that faith, keep believing. Um, because that's really the best thing that you can do at that point. But yeah, I want to say that's pretty much it for this topic. So moving on, Cooper, this week's gaming topic, man. You played it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
not
WWE
only
2K22. Ah, man.
not
Cool.
only not only did I play it, Weezy,
Man.
you seen the shit. You seen
Man.
it. So
Man.
before we even get into this, let's give them a little backstory. So as soon as we got on, we were coming up with all these topics this morning, and Weezy was like asking me like how what I thought about the game. So instead of me telling him what I thought about the game, I thought I'd show him. And let's just say, right, so WWE, right, before we even get into it, they have this mode called Universe, and in Universe they have another additional mode that they just added, which is you could just have like a player as opposed to like Universe where you control the entire like landscape of things, like from the shows to the events and who's in the shows. You just kind of like use a set character. So in this case, I'm using my creative superstar. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So I'm in a rivalry, and pretty much, long story short, there's a cutscene that's in that rivalry where I get attacked by the guy in the beginning of the match. But here's where it gets funny because there's no guy. I'm just getting beat up by an invisible person. But okay, that's cool. Probably just the cutscene glitching up. Okay, okay. Once the match starts, I can't hit him. He can't hit me. So it's a stalemate. Only thing I'm doing, I'm just falling on the ground, trying to hit him, trying to do running attacks, trying to grab him. I can't even hit the ref. The only thing I could do is get counted out, and I'm not doing that. I have too much pride.
That game is
And
shit.
the funny thing is, guys, y'all probably saying, okay, wait till they
Oh.
update it. Wait till they update it. Okay, they did. That was after the update. They already updated the game. That was the updated version that WWE 2K wanted me to play and enjoy.
Oh man.
But
Oh.
that was the backstory, so that's why me and Weezy laughing. I kind of I shared my screen in Discord and I was showing them like stuff like that. So let's really get into it, Weezy. You want to go first, or you just want me to go crazy?
Bruh. Hey man. So apparently, from what I was viewing, if you guys have played 2K, Madden, NHL, FIFA, uh, F1, because they have a My Team mode, but it's nothing like that, then you guys may know where I'm going with this. WWE has a My Team mode.
It's called My Faction.
Why? Like, why?
Oh man,
It's a
we
WWE
know
game,
why.
2K.
We know why.
2K. It is a WWE game. Why in the fuck do we need a My Team mode for a fighting game? The only time I've ever seen a fighting game that has a My Team mode is the UFC mobile game, bro. Why? Like what's the point? Like do y'all not make enough money off of 2K as is? NBA 2K as is? Like cuz it's like, bruh, so it's like what, like four male superstar. It's not even by weight class. It's not by weight division, bro.
You get to choose. So pretty much, right, guys, to give you guys like what the mode really is. You open packs just like any other My Team mode, and you get to pick. You have four slots to choose from, four male superstars, and you have four other slots for four female superstars. And pretty much what I'm like from what we've seen, because I haven't played it, because by what I played it, I have more respect for myself than to do that. What we seen was pretty much you gotta like you use those superstars to go against like other I guess like challenges and stuff like that, so you can
Mhm.
get more like VC and things like that to buy other superstars, and you unlock superstars with those challenges. So it's like kind of like a Mortal Kombat
Yup.
tower situation.
Yup.
So it's one of those things, but I don't know if you. I haven't, like I said, I respect myself. I view myself to be a respectable guy. So I wouldn't really go through all that process. But for you guys, I tested it out. I played a match, and I didn't play the match. I started a match. I started just throwing fights just to see if it was going to be an actual match, which it was. Which in this case, I got mad, and then I turned it off because so I'm just fighting. I don't know, but basically, long story short, they have a my team mode in there. And if you want to see more about it, I'm pretty sure there's people that have like a lot of videos about it, actually playing it and going through it. Because obviously, 2K, they're gonna pay people to go on there. They're gonna
Oh
boost
yeah.
their
Oh
packs
yeah.
things so that they
Yep.
could open it up and be like, yo, man, you can get a 99 overall Stone Cold, man. Come on, you can do it. Then when you
They
open the
said
pack, then when you open the pack, you get a 56 overall Alicia Fox. So it's like I guess, right? But anyway, moving on. WWE has a serious, like they have not serious. I
uh,
don't know if I would say serious, but they have a major bug issue. Like I was telling Weezy the story off mic. I was using Booker T, and I forgot who I was fighting, but pretty much y'all know Booker T in his move. He kicks the person in the gut, then he runs to the rope. But instead of running to the rope and coming back, like after he hits the rope and like doing like the little scissors kick thing to the dude, he's running to the rope, and right before he gets to the rope, he just I think the mat became a treadmill because he just kept running in place. So he just was just running and running and running and running, and he didn't stop. And there's also been situations like WWE has been doing this for years, where
oh
like there's been
man.
actually a time I played, I jumped out the ring, and my leg, my player's leg got stuck between the barricade and the floor. So he was kind of walking like I don't know. He's kind of walking like one of those zombies from Zombieland, where they just dragging they ankle is broke, so they just dragging they ankle forward,
Why?
and then like I don't know. I guess he turned into like Elastigirl at the same time because his leg just stayed stuck while he was in the ring, and it just stretched all the way to the ring. So I don't know, but
Yo,
uh,
Elastigirl is crazy.
yeah, nah, Elastigirl was sick. But my point is, they have a bug issue, and this is after the update. Still have a bug issue. I'm still getting tackled by an invisible man, and I can't fight him. He can't fight me. They got that. One thing they also added this year, they had the combos. So I'm not really into combos. I'm not. That's why I don't really play fighting games like that where you got to do like X square Y. Like I'm not really into none of those. But a lot of people like them, so they're cool. I'm gonna be honest, they're not hard to do. I just don't really. I don't know. I like the old way where it just like you like strikes and you can also grab and then
Hmm.
which they still have, but I don't know. Combos is crazy to me. I don't. It's cool, but they got that. They also have what else do they have on there that's like new? Oh, they have like a new pin, like a new kick out system, which is instead of the meter, where you got to time the meter. All you gotta do is just spam X and fill up the circle to kick out. But you can also change that back to the meter. But I don't know. It's like I said, it's cool. The they have another thing called a breaker. So like when you have combos, the way to break out of the combo is you have to press the same button that your opponent pressed. So if my combo is like square square X X, if I press square and you press square at the same time, you time it, then that's how you stop my combo, pretty much. They also have dodging in the game now. So like I said, they turned it into like a Mortal Kombat slash Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I don't know what's going on, but like my guy Keyshawn, he like it. So
Shouts out to
I'm
my
not gonna
guy.
say don't get it. I'm not gonna say it. Our guy, my bad. I'm not gonna say don't get it, but what I will say is just like see. I don't know. Like look at more videos. See if
Yeah.
you like it. Me personally, it's cool for me. It's alright. But minus the bugs, it's cool. With the bugs, you
Niggas took
see it anyway.
a took 2 years off. Cool.
That's
A
another thing. They
a
took 2 years off, came back with an ultimate team, my team setting, which I don't know. If you're not, and I was telling Weezy, I don't even think you could fight each other. Like I don't even think if I got my faction and Weezy my faction, I don't even think we can like fight each other. So at the end of the day, you're getting cards. This is from what I've seen because like I said, I view myself to be a respectable young man, so I never played it. But if I don't think if like our factions can verse each other, so you're really just buying cards to fight against computers to then level up. I don't know. It's cool.
hmm
But
It's
yeah, so that's kind of my take on it. It's okay. If I had to give it a rating, With bugs, give it a solid. I'll be nice. I'll give it a solid 6 out of 10 with bugs. Without bugs, I'll give it. Here's the thing. I'll give it. I'll give it a. I'll give it a. Damn. I can't give it 8. I'll give it a 7.5. Only because the reason I'm giving it a 7.5 because they had 2 years. So I'm not giving them an 8 because there. I feel like there's way more they could have did in
Mhm.
2 years. And then they came back with microtransactions, so that's always gonna lose. That's always gonna with me, and especially Weezy too. That's always gonna
Oh
like lose points with me. The
man,
microtransactions is
what
crazy, especially in a game that doesn't need it. Like, come on. And the way
man?
you use it was it wasn't it didn't make sense. But anyway, and but I will boost their rating to 7.5 because I really was about to say like 6.5, but I'll boost it to a 7.5 because there is things that they did that did innovate the game. Like they do have things that they did change and they did innovate. So I'll give them that. So with the bugs, I'll give it a 6. Without bugs, 7.5. Fix the bugs, it'll be a solid game. It's cool, and it's really like I guess it's more so they try to make it more so like I guess to like appeal to a wider audience, which I'm not ever mad at. But just for me personally, I'm not really into the button mashing. I'm not really into that. It's more so a
Yeah,
button mash now as opposed to like the old games that we used to know and love. So
like it was actually some skill back in the day.
yeah, I mean it's skill now. I'm not gonna say it's not skill, but it's more so about button mash skill. So like for example, submissions. In order to tap somebody out, it's like they give you a button to press. So at that time it may be it's all right. So it's like it's it's a full bar. It's a full meter, and then in the middle is where everybody is. It starts off in the middle. So let's say I'm here, right, and then Weezy's here. The bar is right here, and if I make it all the way here, then I either escape or I tap Weezy out, and vice versa. So in the middle, it's like they'll give you like X. So me and Weezy got to see who presses X faster, so that it moves the meter, right? And then they'll change it in like 2 seconds. It'll be triangle. So now it's whoever press triangle faster and whoever. So then it's circle. So it's
Oh.
more like it's a button mash. You know what I mean? So same thing with the pin to kick out. You gotta. It's a meter. It's like a big circle,
Mhm.
and then the bar starts off like this, and the faster you press X, it goes wider and wider. You got to fill up the whole circle before you can kick
Oh.
out. So they made it more so button mashy, like the combos is button mashy as well. To be able to block the combo, you got to button mash as well. Triangle is how you reverse, so that's another like not a button match because you got to actually time that, but you got to
Mhm.
time the breaker too. But like I said, I think they expanded it more and they made it like more so like geared for the interests of like fighter fans like Mortal
Mhm.
Kombat, the Injustice, those type of games like Street Fighter, things where you like really button mash. So, like I said, for me it's cool. 7.5 without bugs. Yeah. What you
Man,
got, bro? Anything?
I ain't gonna lie. I haven't touched a WWE game since fucking I don't know when. Fucking I think 2K15, I think. Maybe no. So I think I have 2K17 randomly for free. But yeah, bro. I no. Like for me, no. Like no. I man, if you telling me y'all took 2 years off, right? You took 2 years off and y'all gave us microtransactions in an ultimate team mode with the universe mode being as buggy as it is. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Cause at that point, I'm spending $60 for a broken ass game that they just want to fucking milk money out of me. I'm good, bro. I'm straight. I'm cool off
2K
that.
will be 2K, man. Remember that.
I'm
Remember the company.
nah, bro. I'm good. I'm alright.
2K is definitely gonna 2K.
I ain't gonna lie. You wanna know what company did take my money though? Polyphony, Gran Turismo 7. That game is a yeah. I will not be spending no 60 $70 on no WWE shit. No thank you, no siree. Because I know my worth, like Coop said. You know what I mean? I respect myself more than that than to play that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all like it though, I love it. But for me though, nah, nah.
Yeah, just do y'all once again. Just do y'all research. Don't take our word to be value. Don't take our word to be value,
100%.
or law. I would say not value, but like law. So just go out and see information for yourself, and.
Yeah.
We're not experts on nothing. We just dudes giving our opinion, man. So, eh, if you might actually like the game, you might actually
Facts.
like it. And
Facts.
by the time you get it, if you haven't got it already, they might have already fixed what we talking about. So
Mm-hmm. So it's just I just know for me at this point, bro, AAA companies are unless I know, unless like Coop said, do your research. Unless you know that the game that you're trying to get is a quality, decent game, then go for it. Maybe like Elden Ring or something like that. Which Elden Ring isn't for everybody, cause I know that game is hard as a motherfucker. But yeah, man. At this point, knowing 2K and how they are, they're just gonna keep literally burning WWE to the ground until that they can't anymore, and then they're gonna get rid of the IP and give it to somebody else. So it's just at this point I'm waiting on that because I want THQ to gain the rights back to WWE so that we can get
me
UConn
too.
back. Um, because the era from 2K15 all the way back to the PS2 era was the best era of WWE games, personally. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all that I have on that because I can't stay in WWE. Well, I can't stay in 2K. Um, because 2K be on that bullshit. They at this point they don't know what makes games great anymore because all they care about is this.
Of course they do. They microtransactions make it great. Of course, bro.
Man, they said fuck all the quality of the game. We just sprinkle a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of money, and niggas will be alright. When ultimately that's not the case because people actually want games that they could thoroughly enjoy and play with their friends and actually have a game that they could put time into. But at this point, these AAA companies they don't know what they want. They just know that they just need money, and that's all they want to get us out or get out of us at this point. So I'm good. Um, you have anything else to add before we move on? Cause we are overlapping on time.
Yeah, no, that's all good. We that's pretty much it for that.
So moving on, what is the importance of a good attitude slash demeanor?
Uh, one thing about having a good attitude in general is it's number one, it's contagious, and number two, it opened doors that maybe that your your skill or let's say your personality can't, because your attitude, like you don't have to even speak for people to understand your attitude, like just your demeanor, like when you walk in, are you in a good mood, like are you smiling, or are you do you look like you have somewhere else better to be, or you want to be somewhere else, like are you that person? So people see that, people can tell what's going on, and they also understand the importance of a good attitude. Like it's like CEOs and people that hire people, or just in general, like people that want to do business with you, or people that just want to be around you. Nobody wants to be around a bad attitude person all day. Like somebody that just
Facts.
brings down the room and brings down the vibe, because attitude, like vibe, you can feel it, you can sense
Mhm.
it. Like you know somebody not in a good mood. You could tell, or somebody just have a shitty attitude. We've seen those people working at these places where it's like, or we have coworkers that worked at these places that are just like,
Hell
oh,
yeah.
I got somewhere else better to be, or this and that. Like, quick story, we went in, me and my wife, we went into Starbucks the other day. Went into Starbucks, and then the workers is just like, we ordered, and the workers was like, yo, man, they got to give us more money. They got to, what's he say? Something like, they got to give us more money to be doing all this and that. Like, fam, if that's the case, bro, just quit.
Yeah.
Like I didn't tell you to work here, sister. I didn't tell you to do all that. Like, just quit then, bro. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so like that is like, even as a customer, that's like, ugh, and I'm not even paying you. Well, I'm not the one employing you, and I'm not the one. So it's just imagine what your employer would say, or like
Mhm.
imagine somebody that wants to do business with you, or let's say, because once again, you never know who's watching, who's listening. Let's say I was somebody that was currently in a position to hire people and have I had a great staff, great opportunities. You was going to get paid a lot of money. And let's say I was just going to places just to scout out people to see how they work, see how they working and living and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Not living, but like how they work and what the attitude is like at work. And I'm just looking to scout people and hire people. And then I get in there and you say that. You just miss your opportunity because you have a shitty attitude. As opposed to if you
100%.
just had a smile on your face, you were just cool, like boom, boom. And even if you don't have a smile, I'm not even saying smile, but even if you just like you just not like you don't have a nasty attitude, or you don't have like a man, I don't give a fuck about this shit, man.
Yeah.
And you got that one of those attitudes. That's one of those that just like that could cut you off quicker than something that like than the opposite of just you just being indifferent. You can even be indifferent more than I would recommend being indifferent more than having a bad attitude because at least indifferent is like you just don't care. A bad attitude is like nah, like that's really out of here. But indifference is
Yeah.
still bad too. But I'd rather you be indifferent than have a bad attitude, if anything. But without me ranting, because I know we definitely probably over time. Uh, pretty much like always maintain a good attitude because your attitude will open or close doors quicker than anything else.
100%. Like, I know Coop talked about this off mic, but he was saying a story about you said it was Wallow, right?
Yeah.
He had a job interview, and at first he didn't get the interview, but
I
since
don't think it was a job interview. I think it was like working together, like a
oh yeah,
partnership,
it
like they're doing
was
business.
hmm it was like a business opportunity. I should say, um, and he didn't get it at the first time. He didn't. So when he knew that he didn't get it, he didn't curse the person out. He didn't act sorry for himself. He was just like, all right, what I'm saying? I appreciate the opportunity. And the dude was like, yo, hold up, I'm gonna call you back. So what I mean to say that is like having a positive demeanor and or negative demeanor is contagious. Cause like Coop said, people can realize that. People can realize like, all right, this dude, his demeanor, or this person, whatever, their demeanor is better than some other people's demeanors that, what I'm saying, another person has worked with or whatever. And like, let's say, like Cooper said again, he was going out scouting. And if you don't have, like Cooper said, I wouldn't say not to be positive, but if your body language is, if your vibe is showing that it's consistently negative, you're not really positive, you aren't really looking at the positive outlook, other people will realize that. Other people will see that. People will be like, ugh, I don't want to be, I don't want to, like, let's say if you're at a workplace, people don't want to come in contact because they feel intimidated because you have a negative demeanor, or people will want to come up to you more because you have a positive demeanor. Because I know when I was working at the bowling alley, um, I'm not gonna ramble for too long, but I know when I was working at the bowling alley, I would have a lot of people come up to me because I would have a lot more of a positive demeanor to myself when I'll be working because what I'm saying, I'm at a job. And whether if it's a job you don't want to be at or whatever the case is, but people, customers, whatever, people can notice how you are before you speak to them. 100%. You just have to, ultimately it's just about checking yourself, like realizing like, all right, okay, maybe I didn't have a good day, but maybe I don't have to bring that out or force that upon anybody else so that they don't have a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's just about being mentally aware, checking yourself. Is like, all right, this isn't really the time and place for me to have a negative demeanor, or this is the perfect opportunity for me to have a positive demeanor and show them who my true person is. So it's definitely important to show, what I'm saying, what type of character you are, what type of demeanor that you have when it comes to these workplaces and or business opportunities and propositions of that sort. So it's important. Like you never just want to be a bump on the log. Is what I want to say. So that's pretty much what I have to add to that. What about you, man?
Oh yeah, nah, that's pretty much it, bro. Like we saying, kind of both are saying like the same things. Like just like I said, pretty much like one thing that I will say is important too. You never know who's around, who's listening.
Mhm.
So like I like the example I said. If I was somebody who was like looking to hire people and like had a great business opportunity for somebody to possibly take the next step, not only in their life but also in business or anything like that, that could literally change your life for the better. but I see you have a nasty attitude or you have a dope attitude. It's one of those things where it's like you don't even know what you just did, but like you just messed up an opportunity or you just gained an opportunity by your attitude. So always
Mhm.
lead with a good attitude. It's the same thing as like a waiter. Like we've all been somewhere where somebody had amazing service because their attitude was positive, and somebody who just could care less. Like I don't even want to be here. I don't care about y'all. If y'all get y'all food, that's cool. If not, I'll leave at 8. So it is what it is. So maybe like we all had one of those
Man.
people, and best I'm pretty sure without even speaking to everybody or knowing everybody, I know for a fact that the tips for both look completely different.
Mhm. 100%.
So, well, if you're a person that tips, because some of y'all be grimy, tip. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Tip.
Always tip y'all waitresses, servers, whatever.
Yeah.
Cause that shit, it goes a long way. Even DoorDash drivers, bro. If y'all do DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever, make sure y'all tip, bro. Because believe it or not, a lot of these food workers, they don't make much of anything off of their current jobs. They make most of what they get off their tips. So always tip, please. Thank you. Um, but yeah, man, that you pretty much hit everything on the head with that one. So moving on, how can we evaluate our circle? Like what are some good ways as to which people can just recognize who that they're around and whether if it's a good fit for them or not?
Well, first things first. Uh, see what their goals are. What are their aspirations? The people around you. What do they want to like? You're around them, so what do you? What do they want to accomplish? What is something that they're trying to do? Like, what in their life do they want to do, or if they want to do anything at all? Because there's a lot of people in life that are just stuck, or they're content, like they're complacent. Like, no, I'm cool. I'm cool right here, bro. Like, I'm good. I'm not tripping. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. And
Facts.
maybe you're somebody like that too. I don't know. So if you're around people like that, then I feel like that's well. Let me not even jump ahead because that's something later that we're gonna discuss too. But that's one way to figure out their aspirations, their goals, but also like to bring up what we just talked about, their attitude. What is their attitude like? Like, what vibes do they bring around when they come around you? Are they upset all the time, or is it always an issue that they complaining about? Are they always down? Are they never positive? Like, think about stuff like that. That's another way to evaluate. Another way would just be like morally, are they good people? Do their morals align with yours?
Mhm.
Meaning, like, uh, when you're with them, do they do things that make you question your morals? Like, damn, like yo, they just did that. That was mad wild. Like when you with them, like for example, it's been times I've been with people. They've been in the store and they fucked around and stole something. This is way back though. Like, but
Yeah.
like at that time, it's like, wait, what? This nigga stealing stuff. Like, I can't trust this person. Like this nigga
Yeah.
stealing. Like,
Facts.
or like he gonna get me in trouble because fucking around with him because I'm with him. So they gonna assume I'm doing it with him and all that. So that's another thing. If you're around people that make you question your morals or just question like what they doing,
Not the
that's
right
that's
morals.
that's a that's a way that you could another way you could evaluate. And damn, I just had one more I had too. Damn, I'm trying to think. It was one more I had for that. Oh, how they treat others. That's another way. That's the biggest thing for me too.
Mm.
How they treat other people. Like I always, me and my homies like Weezy, we talk about that all the time. Like even with like I don't know, like we do this a lot with like girls, I would say, right? Like even back in the day, like I like if let's say I'm talking to a girl and I know that the way I got with her is because she cheated on her last man with me. A lot of y'all would be like, yo, man, yo, TYB, I'm really that nigga, yo, I'm really that guy, yo, really, I'm
Mm-mm.
taking this bitch, I'm really him. Like, you
Mm-mm.
don't understand, guy, hey, talking to you, buddy. You don't
Mhm.
understand that the same way she just cheated on him with you, it's the same way if she finds somebody else that she likes more than you, she'll do it to you too.
Yep.
And that goes to friendship. You got one of your homies, every time you around him, he bad mouthing one of your other homies. What do you think he's doing when he's not around you?
Mhm.
Hmm? Same thing with girls. You got somebody you call your sister, this and that, and she always bad mouthing somebody, or she talking about this and that. What do you think she's doing when she's not around you? Mm. And also evaluate the people that's around them because if like I heard this quote from somebody, but I forgot who it was. It was like every time I think it was Meek. Every time uh every time somebody is around you, they always badmouth me. And you always come and tell me. Why do they feel so comfortable telling you that? Why do they feel so comfortable telling you
Mm,
about me? Why do like
bars.
what made them feel so comfortable? Shout out Meek for that. What made them feel so comfortable to come to you every time they got something bad to say about me?
It's facts.
It's another way to evaluate. So, like to tie in the other episode to our first episode, stepping out of the bubble, step out of that bubble and really see everything for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's
Yep.
really like what this topic is about. Stepping out of your bubble in regards to relationships, friendships, to see who you're around.
100%.
So, uh, back to to reiterate what I was saying. The first point being is what the fuck was my first point? I think my first point was it trust? No, not trust. Not trust. What was I saying? Fuck. Evaluate yourself. What was I saying? Fuck. Anyway, y'all can rewind the video. I've done
Nah,
lost my train of thought. Forgive me. Sorry.
you
This
good, bro.
like Weezy said, man. We
You
early,
good.
man. We
It's
kind of
early
on the
as
fly
fuck.
with this one. But yeah. So those are my points for that one. Y'all can rewind the video. Y'all heard what I said. Stop playing. I heard what I said. But I don't even. I forgot what I said. But
Honestly, it's I feel you though. It's just about
yeah.
checking. It really it's just about checking who you around. Cause once you can realize and check who you're around, cause you made some really valid points. Once you realize, cause some people, like Coop said, some people will really tell you about some grimy shit that they friend did, and it's just like, why are you telling me this? Like, why? Or it's even a case of why would I want to tell you anything since you telling me shit about your other homie? And it's just it's shiesty. Like,
Another thing too. That's another thing too that I was about to say too about that. The gossip too. Like if
yep,
somebody always telling you something that's none of your business that somebody else doing, don't think, oh, because they tell me everything. They're just my homie. They tell me everything. No, that means your homie is probably not that trustworthy.
100%.
Sorry, probably not that trustworthy. Because why do everything somebody else do get back to you? Or why do it's like you know what I'm saying? I get it. A lot of y'all had in relationships where I'm gonna tell this person no matter what. Like I'm like that with my wife, but it's that's different. I think it's like more so a lot of times people just you can just see like they just mad gossipy. Like any chance they get to talk about some gossip, they will like about any and everyone. Watch them, please. That's a way you can evaluate too. Just look at what's going on around you. Don't just take everything at face value. Let's look at what's going on.
Facts. Because, like we said earlier, once people show you their true colors, once they show you how they really get down, oh yeah, it's ups. Cause people, bruh, if once somebody shows how they really are with you, whether if it's good, bad, or indifferent, you just have to pivot and basically move around them. Cause it's like that negative shit, bruh. When people aren't, I want to say, when people aren't showing you the good path or the path where you need to get going, granted, people are going to come and go on your path regardless. That's just life. That's just it. It is what it is. But once people show, oh shit, once people show that they are who they say they are, like we said earlier, it's just you gotta chalk it up to the game because there's nothing else that you can really do other than just get them out of your circle and moving on to better people who actually have your best interests at heart. Because, bro, why wouldn't you want to be around people that don't have your best interests at heart? Why would you want to be around people where it's like, I don't really care about them. Like I'm just really gossiping with them. They just there. Like people will really act like you just there. You're forever gonna be there when it's like, nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through something. I need some help. I need some guidance or something. It's just a lot of people shiesty, shiesty. I realized that shit growing up. A lot of people are too fucking shiesty for their own good and will often miss out on some of the greatest people that they've ever met in their lives because they want to be on that shiesty shit. So it's just about evaluating who you have around and who is great company and who is bad company. But you have anything else to add to that, my brother?
No, bro. I think we get into the next one, which is what is the importance of maintaining a good circle.
Alright. I want to say just, I mean, even if y'all don't speak every day, I mean, just always keep that open line of communication, no matter what it is. Um, Always uplift one another when somebody's going through something. Um, Always show that y'all have each other's backs. Honestly, that loyalty goes a really long way. Fucking God, got him. My bad. Uh, Guys,
They're
I'm kind of like, I'm kind of like working.
multitasking.
Yeah, I'm working while I'm working right now. So,
Hey, talk to me. Talk
hey,
to me, man.
I
Man of many
mean,
hats.
hey,
Talk to me.
man, got to. Um, but yeah, like it's just making sure that all the people that you have around you always, I said, I know I said this a lot this episode, but making sure those people that you have around you always have your best interests at heart, because once they do, it can feel like once you have those people around you and y'all collaborate on something, nobody can stop you, because I feel like a team is better than one. um and not a lot of people realize that, like having a good circle around you, having a good support system, having people that you can rely on, count on, no matter what the case is, it's the best feeling, because it's like, bro, they aren't pushing me in direction where it's a negative direction. They aren't pushing you in a direction where it's not really fulfilling your purpose, but more so they're helping you get to where you need to get to, and vice versa. It's always a two-way street, not a one-way street. So, what you got for me, man?
Yeah, no, everything you saying was facts. But guys, the importance of maintaining a good circle or maintaining a good circle is just because, like we've heard the saying before, if you hang around five bums, you'll be the sixth. If you hang around five successful people, you'll be the sixth,
Nope.
etc., etc. Y'all get what I'm saying? So, really you are what you hang around, because at the end of the day, you're only gonna if your circle is who you're gonna confide in, who you're gonna be around majority of the time. So those are going to be the people that's implanting ideas, giving you like energy as far as like because at the end of the day, energy is a frequency. You not only can you see it, but it can also be transferred. So it's if I'm around Wheezy and all Wheezy want to talk about is uh robbing people and doing drugs and all that shit. No matter how well off I am as far as internally, I'm gonna eventually, if I'm still hanging around him, I'm gonna be talking about the same shit and doing the same shit.
Nope.
It's just how it goes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so the importance of maintaining a good circle is because you want to always, just like energy, you want to always keep the things that you really want to attract and the things that you aspire to do. You want to keep that close and you want to
Yep.
rid off and get rid of all that other BS because all that other shit is for the birds, man. We're here to be successful. We're here to be peaceful.
Facts.
We here to just you know what I mean do what God intended us to do, the universe intended us to do. So all that other like let's just talk about like talk about these bitches, man. Talk about fuck these bitches. No, that shit is corny, bro. Like let's talk man. I'm trying to get this like nah. Even a lot of times like think about the money talks that you have with people like
Mm-hmm.
if you because I know today we ain't talking about money, man. It ain't nothing to talk about. But what are the money talks about? Are y'all talking about making money with like integrity, or y'all just because I'm that type of person. Like I'm not
Yeah.
like you could be talking about the way they do the biggest scheme ever. Like it could be a loophole and a scheme and all that shit. Not interested. Don't talk to me about that shit. Like I'm about integrity, so I want to like for me personally, like I'm about like making money through the integrity way. And a lot of times, because I know money is the big topic, that's why I bring this up. Because if anything about money, it don't make sense. But a lot of times, look at how people talk about money. Like a lot of times, it's
Yeah.
any means necessary. A lot of times with people when it comes to money, and that's why I said on another episode, I think it was last episode, about success to me is not having me or other people around me being slaves to money. Because when you're a slave to money, that's a slave mentality when it comes to money. Doing it, getting it by any means necessary. So that's another way you could not only evaluate your circle but maintain a good circle is just by constantly doing those evaluations. Because once again, sometimes things change. Sometimes people have different mindsets and mentalities the older you get or the more you just experience life. Or sometimes maybe theirs didn't change, but yours did.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Mhm.
you outgrow people. Sometimes you outgrow situations. So always consistently evaluate. So like what I was saying before, and then maybe you at home, maybe you got some other things that you do just in your daily life that can evaluate your circle as well. Keep doing that. But it's kind of like it's kind of like maintenance. So
Yep.
always do maintenance. You never want to pass it by, or it's like you didn't do maintenance and then now you got
Mhm.
unnecessary things here where you didn't need and unnecessary people around you. Nah, so continuously do maintenance because, like I said, not only do other people change as far as their views and things, but yours may. So you may
Mhm.
outgrow them. So always just keep doing that. Keep figuring out, okay, who is this person? Okay, what are their values? What are their goals? What are they talking about? Are they doing this? Are they doing that? Etc. Etc. So that's all I got for that.
It's just honestly, it's just about lining yourself up with people who have the same interests as you.
Facts, definitely facts.
Um, See now, I know in some cases that can kind of be kind of shaky depending on your situation, but as long as you have somebody who's doing something positive in such a light where it's something that you want to do as well, get right with them. Like get out of the daily norm, which is whatever that you guys may do. Um, Especially if it's something negative. Um, just find an outlet. Find somebody who, I'm pretty sure whoever's watching this, you guys may have hobbies that you guys may want to do, whatever the case is, but you may not have someone to do it with. So it's just about finding somebody who is willing and capable to do said hobbies with you so that you can shape yourself into being the person that you want to become. Because if you're consistently around the people who really doesn't align with what you got going on, you're gonna, like who say, you're gonna end up falling into the same trap that those other people fell into. And if you know that that isn't what you want in the long term, then that's going to do nothing but harm you. So it's just like Coop said, it's all about doing that maintenance check frequently. Because once you realize, like, all right, this person's aligned with me, this person isn't, you know what I'm saying? It's just the everlasting pattern. And you just have to make sure that you can still keep that train moving no matter what. And just having the right people around you, which is a major, major key. Because if you don't have the right people around you when you're trying to do something that's on a greater scale, or even something small, it can really be a determining factor whether if you get it done or not. So, um, yeah, it's pretty much what I have in terms of that.
Well,
Um,
yeah, no, it's a fact. What you saying, like I always say, is facts. Cause you know, what I mean, we spit facts here, man. We
yeah, hey
spit facts.
man,
But
straight cold motherfucking bars, nigga.
bars, nigga, bars.
Bars.
But nah, real quick though, like one thing I want to add real quick is just stop hanging around people because they cool.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times,
Yup.
especially when we were
Yup.
kids, that's another topic I was gonna say
Yup.
earlier before too. A lot of times when we kids, we just hang around people that's just cool. Oh, they cool people, like yo, they dope. But y'all don't align though. Like they wanna they want to do some a complete 180 from what you trying to do. They
Mhm.
want to skip school. They want to do this. They want to go and do other activities that ain't the best, especially not for you. I don't care if they how cool they are. They could be cool from a distance. Yo, what's good, my guy? That's it.
Facts.
But don't have them in your circle though.
They
Keep
could be
keep your circle
acquaintances.
very well maintained because If the circle ain't well maintained, I don't care how well maintained you are, you won't be for long.
Mhm.
So
That's a fact. It's just all of, like I said, keeping all the right people around you so that you can elevate and become a better person than you was yesterday, man. That's all. But yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for the show, man. I think you have anything else to add before we, I'm saying, close this shit out.
real quick, man, you know what I mean? I'm gonna drop something for y'all. I'm gonna drop something for y'all
Alright,
real
alright,
quick.
what you got for me? What you got for me?
Let me end it like this. Let me end it like this,
Alright,
man.
alright, alright.
Giving advice is free, but taking the wrong advice will cost you everything. So remember that and go out here, man. Make sure you kind of you understand who is giving you the advice and also who is like what they're advising you to do. Because a lot of times as people we just hear advice, we may take the wrong advice and this and that.
Mhm.
So be wary of who's telling you what to do and be wary of what they're even telling you to do. And with that being said, I advise y'all to check us next week because it has been the Hollow Bros, and we appreciate y'all for stopping by and tuning in. But we up out of here, baby.
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we go. It's been a HoloBros, baby. We out.